Hello, and welcome to Instant Insights, a strategic intelligence podcast. At Global Data Strategic Intelligence, we track over 100 tech, industry, ESG, and macro themes impacting all major sectors. I'm Thomas Pothalingam, and today I'll be talking to Archie Sewell, Xander Hartley, and Nilesh Raghoo from the Strategic Intelligence team. Today we'll be discussing some of the most important tech-related themes that will impact every industry in 2025. Companies who invest in the right themes become successful. Those who miss the big themes impacting their industry will fail. Given so many themes are disruptive, it is easy to be blindsided by industry outsiders invading your sector. Let's begin. Hi Archie, how are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Great to hear. So there's news surrounding new architectures for AI chips. As we approach the 1 nanometer limit, what can you tell me about the advancements and limitations we'll see in 2025?
Right, yeah, thank you, Tom. That's a great question. I think that it's first important to understand why we're approaching a limit and what exactly that means. So, the node size of a semiconductor chip refers to the smallest feature that can be created on said chip. There's been a trend towards miniaturization since first chips were manufactured, leading to the famous Moore's law. So, reducing chip node size and essentially fitting more processing power into the same size chip has so far enabled increasingly complex and computationally demanding applications. However, we are quickly approaching the physical limitations of conventional silicon chips. So, a feature of quantum mechanics is that electrons will readily tunnel through insulating layers and most notably transistors at the 1 nanometer level, which is crucial to understand as pushing chips past this size limit would essentially make them unusable as they would just break apart. That is assuming that pushing past that physical limit is possible to begin with. So at the moment, we have TSMC aiming to commercialize 1.6 nanometer chips by 2026, which shows that this limit is quickly approaching. If you recall, Moore's law shows that we're going to halve node size every 2 years, so it's only a number of years away. So for us to avoid a stagnation in chipset efficiency, we're going to need to see investment in new materials and architectures in 2025. I think it'll be really interesting to keep an eye on the research going on in 2025 and into 2030, as there is equally an important trend in the semiconductor talent shortage, which is affecting the AI market especially so as well. So there's key players like Nvidia, Samsung Electronics, TSMC. They're already collaborating with universities to try and solve the issue. And finally, yeah, I'll mention that the applications of these chips goes a lot further than most people think. So it goes a lot further than Gen AI. Other use cases include AI assistants and agents and a wide range of systems from warehouse robots to particle accelerators. Autonomous vehicles also becoming increasingly hungry for better AI chips.
Thanks, Archie. That was really informative. Hi, Xander. I hope you're well.
Hi, Tom. Yeah, well, thank you.
Great to hear. So, speaking of AI chips for autonomous driving, China, Europe, and the US are in constant competition in this market. How can we expect the market to evolve in 2025 and beyond?
Yeah, so I mean, China and the US are currently the two world leaders in rolling out level four autonomous driving. This is kind of driving self-driving that doesn't require human control or intervention. We believe that in 2025, China will have the upper hand. We think this for a variety of reasons. Firstly, it's about funding. So China's provincial governments are handing out substantial subsidies in order to attract autonomous vehicle industry leaders. Secondly, China has a much more relaxed regulatory environment than the US. Although both countries have legislated for autonomous driving testing in a similar number of cities, the US has much stricter rules and a heavier enforcement. China also has just a better quality testing ground for its autonomous vehicles. Its sprawling cities provide a much richer, much more diverse data set than the grid-based road networks that the US companies are testing their vehicles in, like San Francisco and LA. Aside from that, we're also seeing a lot more infighting between US autonomous driving companies, whereas China is focusing on national collaboration and kind of encouraging its companies to transfer technology.
So, when can we expect the widespread rollout of level four autonomous driving?
Yeah, well, I think we'll probably see it in China first, but I mean, it is worth noting that most level four autonomous driving is still really only permitted in quite restricted urban areas. And that's just because the technological jump from level three to level four autonomy is quite big. And so it's going to take some time for local and national authorities to test and trust the technology. So, we think it's only going to be after 2030 that we'll start to see the unrestricted use of level four autonomous vehicles.
Thank you very much. That was very insightful. Hi, Nilesh. How are you?
I'm good.
Great to hear. Now, moving on to our last theme, gaming. What can you tell me about the gaming space in the next year and beyond?
So, two things I would like to highlight are esports and co-streaming. Esports are organized multiplayer video game competitions, which typically involve professional players and organizations. These events are growing in popularity, and esports is becoming more mainstream. An example of this is that the IOC has launched the Olympic Esports Games, which the inaugural event set to take place in 2025 in Saudi Arabia. One popular event that had huge success is League of Legends 2024 World Championship, which peaked at just under 7 million viewers. This number is combined across YouTube, Twitch, and League of Legends esports website. With such popularity, viewers need a way in which they can watch these events. Esport competitions are usually streamed live via free streaming services like Twitch and YouTube. Global data expects that co-streaming will grow in popularity within esports in 2025 and beyond. Co-streaming refers to the ability of two or more streamers to stream an esports event on multiple channels simultaneously. This is more engaging for viewers as not only can they watch the competitive content, but they also have additional entertainment through whoever they are watching. Co-streaming is also a great way for streamers to grow their audiences in which they benefit from monetization through advertisements and donations. More streamers may focus on co-streaming opportunities to propel their own careers in the future.
So social media coverage and streaming services are increasingly converging as platforms seek to expand their audience. Will this trend continue into 2025? And what are companies and organizations in these industries already doing to capitalize?
Yes, this trend will continue in 2025, with streaming platforms like Twitch and YouTube becoming even more integrated with social media platforms like TikTok and Instagram. This allows users to share their live gaming sessions directly to their social media feeds. Gaming, social media, and esport companies can capitalize on this convergence, as social media is a great way to advertise this type of content. For example, esport events and gaming streamers can distribute content across multiple platforms, maximizing viewership, audiences, and monetization. Also, distribution platforms like Steam will aim to build communities by integrating instant messaging, enabling improved user communication.
Thanks, Nilesh. That was very, very insightful. Thank you very much to all our guests. That was very insightful. You can find out more from the Tech Predictions report on our intelligence sectors, as well as on the report store. We are hosting a Tech Predictions 2025 webinar discussing these findings and more on January 16th, 2025. You can sign up in the link in the episode description. Thank you for those instant insights. Thanks for listening, and from us on Strategic Intelligence. See you next time.